Hello and welcome to Chess Goblin. In this video, I will be showing you a game played between Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura. This game was the fourth game of their match in the Chess.com Classic Tournament. The first two games were draws. Magnus won the third game, so Hikaru must win this game to move on to the champion round of the tournament. Hikaru has the white pieces, and he opens with knight f3. A sort of ready opening. Magnus responds with knight f6, and then we see Hikaru go into like a king's Indian defense setup. And in this game, Hikaru must win, so we see him pushing a lot of his pawns forward here in the opening, trying to create aggressive advantages, try to open the position for a winning potential game. Then we see him push these pawns forward, trying to expose Magnus's king. And then we just see them shuffling their pieces around, trying to pull them off the back row, keeping them all protected. And then we see a trade-off of knights and bishops here. Then Hikaru pushes this pawn here, trying to expose Magnus's king. By pushing this pawn forward, he's managed to actually get up a pawn. He's now up material against Magnus. Magnus scoots his king over. Hikaru pulls back his knight to try to attack Magnus's queen. Now both their kings are in the corners. Magnus attacks Hikaru's queen. He moves it away. And then Magnus sacrifices the rook on g2. A stunning move, but unfortunately, it doesn't work out so well because Hikaru can just capture the rook and then hide back in the corner. And now Hikaru has a significant advantage. According to the computer, 2.7 advantage over Magnus. Magnus attacks Hikaru's knight, but Hikaru defends perfectly. And then he slides his rook over. He's got all those pieces now pointing down toward Magnus's king. He's up 3.2 in advantage. But then he misses the tactic. Bishop to g4, forking his queen and his rook. And after a 30-second think, Hikaru resigns the game. Hikaru resigned in a winning position. This is not even really a fork, because Hikaru, if he saw this tactic, he could have slid his rook over. And now Magnus can never capture his queen, because it's checkmate right here on g8. The best move would have been for Magnus in this position. He would have actually had to sacrifice his queen. And after we see some pieces get traded off, and then he just slides his rook away. Hikaru has a rook for a bishop, and he's up a pawn too. A completely winning endgame. These kind of defeats are so disappointing, so devastating for anyone except their opponent when they resign in a winning position. I cannot remember a game in recent history where someone of this caliber resigned in a winning position. And that's just to show you guys, like, especially at a lower level, that your opponent can still miss something when you're losing. And it's like showing you not to resign. Like, it's recommended, especially if you're under like 1200, unless the game is, if the game is important to win, not to resign, because your opponent can still slip it up. And you resigned in a winning position. And there's two speculations about what might have happened here. Firstly, the Magnus effect is real. Or secondly, he's not human. Not only does Magnus win in losing positions, now he's having his opponents resign when they're in winning positions. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. It really helps. And subscribe if you have not already done it before. I hope to see you in the next video.